If you have a podcast and want to monetize it stress-free, you need the Odyssey Creator Lab. We'll host your podcast for free, and our experienced sales team brings in the advertisers and the revenue. Easy. Apply now at creators.odyssey.com and let us show you the money.
Brews and Banter.
Hi, Frank.
Hey, Roman, how are you?
I'm doing great. We have a guest with us today. Her name is Gabby, but I'll let her introduce herself. Before we get started, we just want to say thank you to our sponsor, Big Oyster Brewery Company. They invited us over to an opening of a new beer, and we celebrated with them, and they're big supporters of veterans. So we want to say thank you to them. Yeah. Hello, Gabby.
Hi, I've made it.
Yeah, you're busy, so thank you for making time for us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is the busiest time of year for me, actually. Yeah. The spring and fall are just a whirlwind of chaos, but amazing chaos. Like I'm happy to be here.
I want to let listeners know really quick how we got in touch, and then I'll let you kind of take over and introduce yourself, and we'll go from there. So
okay, sounds great.
Scrolling on Instagram, and I saw your short story from like your beginning, how you started, working on cars in your driveway to where you are now. And I thought the story was so fascinating. I was like, we need to talk to her. Like, I love it. And you're located in Utah. Is that correct?
Yes, I do live in Utah. That's my home.
And
the Utah connection here.
I used to live there too. And
no way.
I still go there and visit. I went to Highland High School. And it just, I love it. I miss the mountains, and we used to do a lot of hiking and, trips. Actually, my wife and I, we went there and we rented a car, and we hit, I think, 4,000 miles total, but going to all these natural parks like Zion, Bryce Canyon, all that stuff. But that's a long conversation. So anyways, I saw your story. I saw you were from Utah, and I was like, man, we need to talk to you about this. This is awesome. I feel like it kind of gave me an idea. Like I wanted to find more Instagram users to share some of their interesting stories. And you started as a mechanic, correct?
Well, how did you get into it, I suppose you?
I was a high fashion model for 10 years. There's more to this story, boys.
Okay, I'll let you take over. So
let's cheers first so we can get into it.
Cheers.
There you go. Cheers.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you've done, and I was kind of reading, your bio and just some things, but there's a lot of different areas you're involved in.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I sometimes wonder why I'm so exhausted like this last year and a half. And then I look back at all the things that I've done. I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I tend to get myself into a little bit of everything, but I just get so excited about everything. I want to do everything. I want to activate on everything and, say yes to every really cool opportunity coming my way. And, I've been, very grateful and for everything that's happened. So it's been a wild journey. So, buckle up, let's go. Yeah. Let's have a good time. So I am a car builder. I drift. I also am an outdoor enthusiast. I ride mountain bikes. I hike. Whatever, right? I do it all. And I got started forever ago. Basically, the Instagram post that he's talking about is I finally got my first shop, and I'd been working on cars for about 11 years. And I finally just bit the bullet, invested in my own shop, got like a lease signed for multiple years. And now I'm making it pink. So it's great. I'm here for it. And I posted like a story of like all the shops that I've kind of been in. And I started on a gravel driveway for many years and eventually just found my way into, sharing a shop space with multiple people, and eventually just got to where I am today. But what that didn't include was everything else in the beginning. I grew up actually on a horse farm. My mom was an on-site barn manager. So I lived on like 500 acres and would go play outside in the mud in Virginia. Like I'm born and raised from Virginia. And I right around my teens, I was riding horses for somebody. She was like an actor. Her mom was an actor model. And they're like, oh, you could be a young Sophia Loren, who I think from the 70s was a really famous actor or model at the time. And, me over here like, whatever. Put some thought into it and was like, well, maybe this could pay for, I wanted to be an artist. This could pay for art school. I could go to college. Like this would pay for it. Like in my mind thinking that models make a lot of money. And around then, I also lost my dad to suicide when I was 14. And then kind of, like the life got really chaotic then, and kind of like lost everything that we had. Like my mom and dad had a business together, so that like flopped. And it was 2008. My mom couldn't get a job even at Walmart. And I just remember having to like sell our house and like just move again, and like no more horses, no more nothing. Like, that was it. It was all gone. So I started playing with the idea of modeling again, and like kind of went and found like a mother agent. And I was even thinking that this could help, like if we needed more money as a family, like could keep us together, maybe keep our home and that type of thing. So I was in the high fashion world for a lot of my really important teen years that, I still deal with the negative effects of today. But I lived on and off in New York City. I went to Miami. I went to California. I lived in Thailand for like about 6 months at some point. And I remember it was Thailand that was really bad, because after being there, like when you think of high fashion, where do you boys think? Like where in the world do you think high fashion?
Like Milan, Italy,
Paris
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Milan, Paris, New York. You don't think of Thailand. You're
Right.
like, why are we all here? Come to find out that the agencies were basically owned by men that were looking for girlfriends.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to a degree, like it wasn't all bad. Like I did get some work, but the environment wasn't great. And I came back and I just like quit. I was miserable. I was living out of a suitcase. I didn't make any money. I actually owed a bunch of money because the agencies will take these girls, and a lot of them are Eastern European. A lot of them don't have a lot, and they front the money, put them in model apartments, and basically give them allowances so that they could afford to live in these places. So I didn't end up making enough money to pay for all of that. So I owed money. And I started serving tables, just whatever I could to make extra cash. And I was like, well, I need to buy a car. So we're going to save up some $1,800 is how much I saved up for my 1986 Honda CRX with flames on it and a flying eyeball. It was perfect. I wanted something cheap to buy and affordable to fix. But I didn't want to be like everybody else with a Civic. So I found the CRX, and I didn't know how to drive a manual. I didn't know anything really about cars. And the guy that I bought it from taught me how to drive stick, and then drove it to my house. And my poor mom, she's like, okay, Gabby. And silly car. And that was like when my journey started. I just remember driving it. I fell in love with driving it because there's no driver assist, so no power steering, no ABS, no airbags, no nothing. It was just me and the road and this little dinky car, basically. And it would break. It would have issues, and I didn't have any money to fix it. I was still sending money to my agency that I owed money to. So I basically saw a lot of like my dad's old tools, and I was like, well, I'll figure something out, I guess. And I felt so fulfilled when I would fix something and it would actually work. Like, oh, I did that. Like it was like that feeling of fulfillment that I actually did something with my own two hands, like something within my control. And it was better because of it. There was just that feeling and unlike anything else that I had, especially in a life of where I just had no control over anything. Like that was the one thing that gave me freedom. It was something I was able to do and like I got creative. I got fun. And, I started finding community because I would try to find other people like that had the same car as me as I was learning more about this unique, quirky car that I had and how to fix it. And, anything from a thermostat to changing the wheel to rebuilding the transmission to an engine swap, I did first in that car. Mm-hmm. And I became absolutely obsessed that I was like, well, I could buy another one and another one. It got bad.
Sure. So instead of purses and shoes, you're just collecting vehicles.
Basically, I was over the high fashion thing. I was over the facade that everybody thinks it is. I was over being put on a pedestal. Like I was over just people being mean to people. Like the industry is so toxic. I was just over all of it.
And being taken advantage of, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, that too. Yeah, we don't even need to go down that rabbit hole. That's a whole other podcast. But there was one time the car got into an accident and I was devastated.
The car didn't.
No, the car got into an accident. Well, it was in a parking lot and someone just backed into it.
Oh, okay.
Because aren't any parts. So it got into an accident. I didn't do it. There are no parts really available for that car because the fenders are made of plastic. The nose panel is made of plastic. So you can't buy. So the insurance just wrote it off. And I was like, well, I guess I'll buy another one. And I bought it on eBay. Looked great. California car, no rust. It gets shipped to my house and there's like a rust hole this big on the passenger side. And I'm like, what am I going to do?
It's a parts car.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know what to do because I then had two cars. One was in an accident that wasn't going to be on the road. And then one that had a giant hole on it that couldn't be on the road. So I eventually just taught myself how to swap the entire front end onto the other one. And then, yes, it became a parts car without me intentionally buying a parts car.
I have to say, when my friend had his CRX and we worked a lot on it, it is really easy car to drive and it's good on gas. The funny part was,
manual.
The funny part was, and I don't know, maybe it was his specific vehicle. If we drive uphill, the gas tank needle shows full. If we drive downhill, that needle would drop. I was like, this can't be normal.
It's automatic refilling. There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah, so, no, they're fun little cars.
So you pieced the other one together?
Yep. And then I'm still driving that one. And my mom's like, what are you going to do with this other one here? And I'm like, well, Mom, I'll buy another one and then I'll put all those parts over. So I eventually at one point had 4 of those first generation Honda CRXs. It got bad. But I found community in it. I found going to car meets. I found friends. I found like a sense of belonging that I never had before. So it became my life. It became everything. And then I started taking it to autocrossing. So I figured if I could modify it and make it work again, what better way to test my abilities to work on cars if I go then race it? If I do something to make it faster and it actually works, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've done autocross for a little bit and I had a Mini Cooper. I bought a Mini Cooper just for that.
It was really like this size.
They're fun cars to drive and they're really, really capable. Like,
they are. I did a run as stock so it could have my base numbers and then I can work off of it with modifications so that I'm like, okay, I need to stiffen up suspension, too much roll on this turn, do something with acceleration. So as I did work on it, I had my base numbers. I would always compare it. And I have to say it, depending on a length of the track, obviously, but that 40 seconds or whatever, what a rush. And sometimes some of the drivers, and I found that community as well, like these people who are so passionate and they want to help you. There was another guy with a Mini Cooper and he was like, hey, can I go on the next run with you? I'm like, absolutely. And at the end of the run, he was like, man, I haven't been in the passenger seat, but man, what a rush. And I just love it. And it's like, you're so in the moment. You kind of like see those turns before you approach. And people talk about tunnel vision. You kind of get that tunnel vision. Because you're so focused on getting that just right, without like hitting the cone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really fun. If anybody has an opportunity, make sure you're with the reputable, autocross community that's safe and takes safety serious. Because some people can really. I've heard stories and I've seen accidents. Just you got to be careful.
Yeah, so don't do what we did on Sunday in your current car. Because Roman has a problem with not modifying.
I can't have a vehicle without.
So we coated this thing and I think we got up to like 450 horsepower or something like that.
Yeah, I currently have an X3 BMW. It's like this fast crossover SUV, I guess you can call it. And,
it's like a Mini Cooper on steroids, right?
Most of my modifications are bolt-ons and tune, but you don't mentally expect the car to have the kind of power because you're getting your brain registers. Oh, I'm in the SUV, and then when you do the launch control and you take that foot off the brake and it launches, man, you get goosebumps in your skull. Like,
yeah.
and it's this weird feeling because it's like, what? That doesn't make sense. I think the brain's trying to register that, and it's that shock. But it's fun. It's not something that I would, do anything. It's just I can't leave things stock.
But your CRVs don't have any electronics, right? CRX, yeah. You don't have any electronics in there, right?
I mean, I had things like a digital clock.
No, I mean performance
and headlights. That's about it.
Yeah, so yours all bolt on also. I mean, is that what you're drifting with?
Oh, no. So, what do you mean by bolt on then? Like,
well, so Roman's talking about tuning it through the ODB, OBD.
Yeah, the computer electronics on the CRX is not the same as modern cars today.
No, right. I didn't really have one. I had like a distributor and a distributor cap. So any of the modifications I did would be more mechanical than electronics. So I did what I could. But yeah, like I would take it. I would do suspension work. I would do whatever I could. I would put in polyurethane bushings and, really feel the difference. But no, that's not what I drift with now. Those are front wheel drive cars. And I had, the CRXs, and then I bought a Subaru WRX, and that was my first turboed car. That was really, really fun. And then I got a BMW actually to start drifting, and I haven't really turned back since because I tried it, gave it a whirl, and was like, this is really, really fun. And it's really, really affordable to do. I was able to drive my car to the track, drift it, or at least attempt to drift, and then drive it back home, and it'd be in one piece. It'd be leaking a little bit of oil, but that means
it's a BMW.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you still got
exactly.
Did I see a Mustang? Were you doing something with a Mustang before?
No, I've never owned a Mustang actually.
I saw something with a Mustang, but yeah, whatever.
So your current vehicle for drifting is BMW?
I have the BMW 46, and I have a Corvette that I drift with. So the Corvette I just built. Well, I say just built, and I started on it this time last year. Like I did everything. Like it has a roll cage in it. I built the engine from the block up, and suspension, angle kit, all of that. So I have 2 drift cars that I drift with. One is my lower horsepower car, and one is my more higher horsepower car that I take to like bigger tracks.
Are there a lot of drifting tracks in Utah?
Not really. We have Burt Brothers Motorsports Park, which was Larry H. Miller, and they have a circuit track that they let us drift on, a parking lot, but that's kind of it within like a 8 to 10 hour radius. Like Denver, Colorado has a couple. Las Vegas is down there, but that's about a 6-hour drive. And then anything more than that, you just headed to SoCal in California.
Yeah.
Is there a dream car?
There is. Yeah. It's not as, flashy as maybe somebody else's fancy, dream car, but I would love to have a FD 1994 Mazda RX-7. And they are stylish. They are iconic, and they have what's called a Wankel engine. And instead of like your traditional pistons that go up and down or side to side, they have like this diamond internal piece that spins, and it's basically powered by Doritos or shaped like Doritos. And it's so cool. It's called a Wankel engine. And I just love how stylish, but like incredibly unique that this car is. And one day I'm going to have one.
Yeah. Rotary engines.
Yes, exactly.
Well, those are things they drink a lot of oil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
You got it. You can do it.
I know someone here with that RX-7, and I'm just like waiting for him to say, I want to sell it. He's got the RX-7. He has a 91 NSX, and he's got a Evo World Edition 95. So it's like these rare cars.
So he's sitting on a JDM gold mine is what you're saying.
Yeah. And he's not doing anything. They're just sitting around. And it's sad for me to see them in that condition. I was like, please store them, please sell them, do something. And then please make sure you get hold of me anytime you want to get rid of them.
Yeah. It's allowed when you take one off your hands.
Sad. It's sad. If I'm not in position to buy it, I'll be like, I know someone who'll buy it. I'll reach out to you.
There you go. I want the first right of refusal there.
Yeah.
Now, do you only work on your cars?
Mostly. Like I'll pick up side projects if I want extra cash, but I basically just build my own stuff. So I started social media and found it by accident, just working on my own cars, and it just kind of exploded. So I now just document what I do, share my journey, and post that on social media. And it seems to resonate with people whenever I'm learning something new or whenever I mess something up or, whatever it is that I'm experiencing, people seem to want to be a part of it.
Yeah,
so
good.
I don't really want to deal with anybody else's projects and
Sure.
unfinished projects.
Yep.
I recently saw you went to Keen Factory.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Oh, look at you! Three set of Keens.
I love Keens. I have a couple sets, and I like the ones that say "Made in U.S." We like to support U.S. made products, and they're just my go-to. It's the boots that I feel comfortable with. I have a white foot, so oftentimes when I get boots, they're either too tight or the heel's too high, and these are just like I can hike a mountain, I can work in them, and they're just be around the shop, working on the car. They're comfortable.
It's early November here, and there's 6 or 8 inches of snow on the ground now.
Yeah,
it's been snowing for like a day.
Already?
Fuck yeah, it's fucking shitty. I don't even want to live here.
You just no.
I'm so miserable about it.
You want to be close.
Yeah, I just want to go somewhere else.
So how did that happen? Like, did you reach out to them? I love the whole tour of the factory, and you guys got to kind of do hands-on stuff.
Oh yeah, no, it was so cool. Keen is such a incredible, thoughtful, considerate company to work alongside with, from their hiking boots to their work boots. I have not worked with or worked in a pair of boots that have felt as light, comfortable, and as supportive as. Honestly, I love my San Jose's the most. I just got a new pair of the Kenton to try out, and the carbon fiber toe. But their agency reached out, and they were launching like a new all-women's, one of their shoes they were launching, and they were looking for people to work with. And they found me. They liked that I was already kind of like wearing work boots and working on my own cars. And they're like, hey, like we want to work with you. Let's do this one-time campaign. They were doing like an article and wanted to use like my content for part of their launch. And part of me was just like, you know what, let's just tell my story. It always does well. Like people seem to resonate with it. So I made one of the pieces of content about like, oh, this is my shop that, I haven't always been here. And this is before I have the shop that I'm in now. This is like another shop location I was at. And they really seemed to resonate with it. And they reached out. They're like, hey, like we would love to partner with you, like, be a full-time ambassador and, basically become an ambassador instead of just like this one-time campaign deal. And then they brought me on, and they've been great ever since. Like they listen, they send out great boots, and they show us what they have in the making. And they're really, really pushing for more women specific footwear and really trying to be innovative and changing the market, which I really, really can resonate with.
Really, yeah.
Because sometimes you need to, do what you can to make a change.
Yeah, and we try to support that. I mean, as much as we can, women or small business.
I like the companies that listen and take feedback from consumers, because that's what matters. You're getting a genuine response to your product, and if you listen to them and you make the changes and you work with them, you have good customer service, loyalty, and in the end, you get a good outcome of the product. So I love that. I've been wearing Keens for over 20 years, and seeing you going through the whole factory thing, I was like, oh man, that's awesome.
It was pretty cool. I was pretty grateful. And then I have those boots still, and they're probably some of not only the cutest and best looking boots, but they feel good on my feet too.
That's important, that your feet are you take good care of your feet, especially if you spend a lot of time on them, carrying engine blocks and parts.
Exactly. Like in the shop space. That way I can still go hike and walk and dance and I don't know, do whatever, I guess.
And I also been seeing that you've been driving a Bronco. I love Broncos.
Oh my gosh, I love my Bronco.
Yeah.
I have an F-150 truck that I love that thing. And I said to my son, I said, if I ever part with this truck, it would have to be replacing a Bronco. So
you'd be replacing it with a Bronco?
I'd be replacing it with the Bronco, yeah, sorry.
2-door or 4-door?
4-door. Yeah. 4-door. 2 doors are kind of cool because the first Bronco I ever drove was actually in Utah. And my my cousin bought it from this old guy for like $100. I'm like, you bought it for $100? It was the two-tone brown with the cloth seats that had like that Native American print on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
The Aztec
cool.
looking thing.
Yeah. Seats, and it was in great condition. So I drove that thing. I was like, man, this is so cool. But the new two-door Broncos, I feel like the height and the width, it might create too much body roll. So I like the four-door one, especially Raptor.
Oh my gosh, the Raptor.
I think
Talk about a thick car. That car, and that's
that thing is a beast.
It's
But
so good, though.
yeah, if I ever
I
replace,
feel like you two need a moment alone.
yeah, I saw the test runs of the Bronco Raptor, and I was like, are you kidding me? Is this like a real vehicle?
Yeah.
But tell us, share a little bit, like, what's your experience? What are you working on with Ford, and what are your thoughts on that Bronco?
So finding the Bronco was, I wouldn't say an accident, but probably one of an actual decisions that I made. So after 2020, like a lot of tracks were getting shut down. The EPA was cutting down and really being difficult to work with. And basically the ability to be able to tune cars and have street cars it looked like it was dying, and it's something that we struggle with today. So I'm over here like, okay, what do I do? What's going to be the next thing? What's going to be where I can grow as an individual, as like a creator, like thinking more marketing wise. And I saw that Ford had just announced their new Bronco, and just people are putting orders on. And then I also saw so many people exploring the outdoors more. Like the outdoor space was exploding with people wanting to get outside, like the van lifing, rooftop tents, like all of it. You could just see it. That industry is just exploding because everybody's wanted to be outside after being inside for so long, that I ordered a Bronco, and I told myself, okay, in about 2 years, when it actually gets here, I'll be able to afford it, because at the time I couldn't afford that car. And then after about a year of another content and whatever, doing what I'm doing, I got a contact. So Ford had started reaching out to agencies asking, hey, like, we're looking for Bronco ambassadors. Like, we're starting this new program. And obviously that agency knew me, and I had one on order already, and got me in contact, and we chatted and found out a way to work together. And now I work with them on their Bronco ambassador program. And it's amazing because they've created such an eclectic, amazing, talented group of individuals, from fishermen to skiers to car people, like anybody you can imagine that is doing something active, fun, and outdoors. Like, they have found to be a part of this program. And it's been really, really great. Like, I've been taught how to off-road. I've been shown so many parts of the US that you can only get to off-road. And I've made a ton of friends. But honestly, I did not think that I would like my Bronco as much as I really do. Like, I do genuinely love it. It is beyond capable of what I need to do when it comes to being off-road. It's the only car that I can go get my groceries in, go do like a Black Diamond off-road trail, and then air up the tires and drive back normally. It's pretty awesome. Like, instead of having a truck, a trailer, and a Can-Am to make it to the trail, I'm like, I'll just take my Bronco. This is much easier. Sure. And like, it's been amazing, really, like working with Ford and having a Bronco and just being a part of that off-road community. Like, the off-road community is one of a kind for sure. Like, they're way more inviting. Just, they want everybody to be safe, especially like outdoors, out doing trails where possibly nobody's at. Like, it's just about exploring and respecting the outdoors, which is pretty
That's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
Another brand working with people, like just trying to keep this community together and really show how versatile these vehicles can be. Keynes, Ford. I love that. I wish more companies would do that.
Krebs, are you working with Krebs?
I am working with Krebs. They are a lift company out of Brazil, and they are recently breaking into the US market, and they reached out to collaborate, and they made me my very own pink lift.
I saw that. I saw that in your shop. And then I want to talk about SEMA, right? Mm-hmm. And there was a video where the guy said they printed these 3D printed or whatever, these little toys that you can assemble.
The little mini lifts.
That you autographed them. I
Oh,
was
they
like,
were adorable.
what a great concept! That's so fun. Tell us about that trip to SEMA. I seen every year. I just watch them on YouTube, and every year I say I have to go to one of these. I love it.
Oh, you have to. It's so amazing. It's a lot. So you have to plan several days to go because it's so huge. It takes up the entire convention center. You got West Hall, North Hall, Central Hall, South Hall, and in every on every side of the convention center, there's so much going on. Like you have the Optima Drift right along, so you have the Hoonigan Burn Yard, and then they had the the Horsepower Rodeo by Weston Champlin. So much going on and so many things it is to see, so many amazing builds, so many new products. And it's just a huge convention center filled with people of the same passion.
Yeah.
And it's unlike anything else. Like whenever I leave SEMA, like my cup is always really full. I get to see all my friends from all over the world at SEMA, and it's special. It really is. Like it always gets to be pretty hectic, but it's always worth going and working with brands there and chatting to people and seeing like these builds that just have so much passion behind them. Like one of my favorite, I don't know how would you call it. It's not an exhibition, but basically the Battle of the Builders, where people spend all year building a unique piece of art. At the end of the day, it's just beautiful what cars can come out of Battle of the Builders. And then they kind of decide which car is the best car, like which one is going to be deemed the best build of the year. And I think that's like my favorite is just seeing everybody's what's the word?
Creations, right? Yeah.
Thank you. That's the word. Everybody's unique creations.
But it's
so you should definitely go.
I'd get so overwhelmed just to see everything. Like I want that, and that's cool. I take that, and I wouldn't even know where to stop.
Some of the build on my truck was inspired from SEMA. I saw a Leichner design rack on SEMA. I was like, I want that on my truck. And then and I found out it's made in US. There's a guy who actually makes it. He's in California. And they're this amazing modular system. And, I got that on my truck and I get stopped all the time. They're like, what is that? Like I have people at the gas station walk up to me and like hold on to it and like try to shake the truck. I'm like, it's on there solid. I have a rooftop tent on that, and I drive on the highway. It can handle it. My son and I, we drove from here to Utah, actually. I was going there to see family, and then him and I, on the way back, we went to like Yellowstone. We did some off-roading in the canyons. We got lost. We saw like ram up in the mountains, and it was pretty cool. It was such a cool experience. But yeah, like SEMA, it just inspires me sometimes to get ideas to do stuff on my vehicle. But I can't imagine what it's like to be there. And I saw you did the drift right along. How was that?
Yeah, that was really, really fun. It was in one of the new Nissan Zs. Like I think it's the 400Z.
Yeah.
And it's just all these drivers are so talented, and just even though I drift, it's still an exhilarating ride. Just being in the passenger seat. Yeah, it's a lot. Like you guys should definitely go. You'll be extremely overwhelmed the first time going, but after maybe a couple of years of going, you'll won't be so overwhelmed. You know what to expect. But I agree to your point of feeling inspired by builds at SEMA. I always leave feeling so excited and so inspired for whatever is going to come for 2026. It's good.
Right. Well, I forgot to ask you, what kind of engine is in your Bronco?
It's a V6 single turbo.
It's not is it EcoBoost or no?
I'm pretty sure that's the EcoBoost one. I'm not sure. I should know, but I really don't.
my truck has EcoBoost, and people always
a six-cylinder, right?
6-cylinder EcoBoost, 3.5 liter, twin baby.
It's not the 3.5.
Twin baby turbos, and
baby.
But a lot of my friends are like, "Oh man, it's gonna fall apart. It's Ford. Those engines burn out." And guess how many miles? It's a 2015. Guess how many miles I have on it?
And you do road trips. You drove from
I
New
drive
York.
it a lot. I've driven to Utah,
6,
driven down to like North
that's 10
Carolina.
years old. In my mind, 2015 is still 5 years ago. 100,000.
230,000 miles.
How have you
Yeah.
driven it that much? Are you just here in the podcast room and then in your truck the whole time?
We need to do a podcast from the truck.
Yeah.
There you go. Just get Sterling.
From the rooftop tent.
I'm not doing that. That's
Oh, that's weird.
That's weird. That's where I draw the line.
So, no, I mean, I'm on the road often. My career, my trade is I'm in construction and real estate. So I drive a lot. I do a lot of road trips. I go hunting and hiking and all that stuff, snowboarding and stuff. So especially with my son, like he enjoys those things. My wife and I, we started taking my son camping when he was 1. We would bring like a pack and play, and that's where he would sleep. And so he's been outdoors with us often, and every year would go camping and hiking and these things. So I put a lot of miles on it. And it's just preventative maintenance, right? Like if you take care of your vehicles, they can last a long time. I think there's a lot of neglect in taking care of your vehicles. I feel like some of the younger people, they just don't understand the machine that it is and what it takes to operate, the liquids it requires, the lubricants and all these things, and keep up with your oil changes. And I have flushed my transmission fluid 3 times already. Everything is original on my truck except one turbo. I just had it changed like I don't know, a few months ago. So
it's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So if you keep up with maintenance and just stay on track, if the manufacturer says, "Oh, you're good with 10,000 miles with the full synthetic oil," no bullshit. I do 5 to 8,000 at most. I researched specific viscosity of the oil that I want to use on my truck. So that's consistently I've been using that oil and K&N filter from the time I purchased the truck.
Yep. Especially with how cold it gets in New York. You need to make sure you have the right viscosity.
Yeah. And, and those are the kind of things that are important. I like to research, and I encourage anybody when you want to do something and upgrade or buy something. I mean, Frank wanted to buy a new car, and it's not even for me. I spent hours researching like which one he should buy. I get excited.
Yeah. It's an expensive friend.
Well, I mean, if he buys it, it's technically your car too, right?
Right. Exactly.
Right.
We're still not camping together in it.
Yeah. So
no, I agree that I don't think a lot of this younger generation, they don't keep up with maintenance of things, or they don't understand it. But at the same time, I don't think our society is that way anymore. Like, look at our phones. Yeah. Like, we're meant to get a new one every 2 years. Like, look at our clothes. It's all fast fashion. It's not made to last anymore. Like, nothing's made necessarily to last anymore. So why would a car be any different if everything that we have in today's society is like throwaway?
Yep.
Yeah, we're very wasteful. Like, we just like waste a lot of stuff. It's like, oh, forget fixing. I'll just throw it away and replace it.
Unless you're Gabby, you can fix the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Let the Lucy very tidy. That's what I tell my friends.
Modify it and make it faster.
Exactly.
How many cars have you drifted, and are there any cars that you had a difficult drifting?
My Corvette is the most difficult car that I have to drive and have drifted, because the chassis itself has a lot of mechanical grip, just the way that the chassis is. So basically when I'm sideways, the car is constantly trying to straighten up and go straight. So it's great for time attack or drag racing and all that, but drifting can definitely be complicated, and it's just having the right setup, and your setup is constantly changing on the temperature of the track, the temperature of the day, or what track you're doing and how fast everything's going. I've drifted a handful of cars, like a couple of S14s, a couple of 350s, a couple of BMWs. And honestly, I love driving my BMW. It's very modular. It likes to be sideways. It's a lot more forgiving than the Corvette. Like the Corvette, it just like you're driving it balls to the walls the whole time. Either it's all brakes or all gas, or it's going straight. Like there's no half throttle here or half input here. It's full commit and go. And it can be great when you know how to drive it and you're used to driving that. But I consider myself still like more of like a novice intermediate driver of, learning how to tandem and all of that. So I'm still learning. So it's not an easy car to learn on.
Is there a lot of women doing this?
There are now. There weren't really in the beginning. Like when I first started, hold on, I just dropped something. We're all good.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Is it the
We're
beer?
gonna make a break. Whoever's editing this is the cut. Cut. Yeah, there we go. My laptop just got unplugged because I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs. No, so there are a lot more women in this industry. When I first started, I think I was one of the first ladies to really post about me working on my car and speaking to camera. And I even had like a podcast back in the day for women and blue collar women. And now to see the amount of people and women in this industry it's amazing. Like not even just cars in general, but blue collar alone, like, plumbers, electricians, and, women just not being afraid to get out of their comfort zone or not afraid to, okay, cool, I can do this too. It might be more difficult when it comes to strength or whatever, but that's not specific to women. Like there can be, smaller men out there or whatever, but it's cool. It's inspiring to see. And it's really cool to see the community grow. And, there's more ladies like me out there. And
it's funny you say that because just today I walked into the studio and I was showing Frank a video on Instagram. I said, dude, check out this woman here. She's a trained engineer. And she does like heavy equipment operations and working on engines, train engines. I was like, so again, like I saw something like that. I was like, man, maybe we should reach out to her as well. I love bringing that awareness. I think people automatically dismiss that. Like they'll see, oh, you're a woman, you probably work office desk or whatever whatever the common stereotypical woman trade would be. But I love that, like that I love that you get dirty, you like work on cars, you drift, and it's like that's exciting. Like why shouldn't women also do that too, and really not just your story but what you're doing is what kind of sparked the idea, like we got to reach out to you and it'll be fun to have this conversation.
Oh, thanks. I love that.
So I think we need more. We need to do more, and you're kind of like what gave us the idea. Like we need to do this more.
You're inspiration.
Yeah, inspiration.
Thank you. There's a lot of amazing, talented women out there, and I love to see it because I think that we have a lot to offer that hasn't been explored, if that makes sense, like a different way of thinking, a different perspective. And, I think that we have a lot to offer in all of these industries that haven't had, women figures in them. So I'm happy to be an inspiration and hopefully to have more badass ladies on there.
Yeah, agreed.
Absolutely.
So you hear people with these like aha moments, that is like you see like aha, like, So do you have an uh-oh moment? Like, oh shit, like I shouldn't have done that or I'm close to that wall or I'm going to hit this or this is going to be bad or something that turned out right for you.
Yeah, pretty regularly. That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever, I hit like what do they call it?
Sidewall.
They're not banners, they're not sidewalls, like the bumpers, basically. Not like the bumpers of the car, but like, when I run into something, when I go off track, or I've broken a transmission here and there, I've broken a bolt off this, and I'm like, uh-oh, I used the wrong tool for that, or uh-oh, that was a little too tight, or uh-oh, did I even put oil in this? I forgot. Like, yeah. So you have a lot of that working on cars, and it's
that's
part of the journey.
Tightening bolts. I was helping Frank with changing snow tires, And he's like, how tight do you tighten the lug bolts? I go 2 ohms. Oomph.
Like with the breaker bar, like, it's tight enough.
I
Can't
can
go 3. You can't go 3. You can't go 1. It's going to be 2.
2 ohms.
Yeah.
What is it? What do they call it? The German spec? How many ugga-duggas?
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, it's German, right?
Yeah, maybe that's what we should do.
Okay.
Nice. So, how is your new shop now? Like, is it one car, 2 cars? Like, how many lifts you have? Give us a little visual of your of new shop. Not just us. I mean, we saw some stuff on social media, but if there are people listening.
Yeah, so it's not the biggest. It's about 750 square feet flooring with like a 200 square foot loft area. So I could fit a handful of cars in there, but not a lot. I have 1 lift. So I could fit 1 car on the lift, 1 car underneath it. And then if all the cars are small, I could probably fit 1 in the back. And I have these black and gray checkered floor tiles with like some pink accents. And the shop isn't done. Like I have a lot I want to do. Like I'm still trying to find some storage solutions so that way everything has like a place. And then ideally, I would like to turn the loft area into more of like a hangout spot with like a couch and maybe like a simulator or something like that. Right now, it just has a ton of tires and storage up there.
A beer fridge. You need a beer fridge there. Yeah.
Right. Or we were talking about a rotisserie. Like I got, or if you put it in a shower, like I got running water. Like that. That's nice. Huge.
Sure.
That's awesome.
It's not a lot, but it's a lot for me. And it's a really big milestone and really facing my fears of like making the commitment of like paying for it and not having, a backup plan. So
yeah,
we're good.
It's really inspiring just to look in your Instagram page and see that story you shared that, caught my attention and just kind of, I went back and looked at the cars you worked on and how you progressed. It's inspiring, it's, I work on the cars for a while and I'm sure there's probably somebody else, maybe someone young, maybe there's a young girl who has this passion in cars, but she doesn't have the support around her. But you see people like yourself, I hope that whatever inspires them, they chase that dream. And just want to say also thank you that you're doing that.
Yeah, don't be afraid to do it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my heart. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a wild journey and I'm just trying to be the person that I needed when I was young. Like I said, I didn't have like a father figure or male figure to show me the industry, to show me racing or anything. Like I found it all by accident. I found it all by my own passion and going after it despite, at the time, the amount of people that just look you up and down and question why you're even there. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, I'm still going to be here and do it anyway. Yeah. It might take me 10 times to figure it out, but I'm still going to figure it out. I have plenty of time in this gravel driveway. I just quit my first career.
Well, and you can't give up because that's what's going to happen. I mean, it's unfortunately a big part of what happens in this world now, especially towards ladies. Mm. It's just a judgmental sort of, guy-driven industry. I mean, you see that like, Brittany Force and you see these kind of people or Danica Patrick at the time and these or Mika, was it Mika Hakkinen? Is that a girl? The Formula One racer?
I don't know.
I don't know, but either way, there's a lot of women that are in this that have done what you've done. They've not given up. So, thank you for not giving up. Yeah.
It's inspiring. My son's not old enough to drive, but we do have a simulator like Gran Turismo, and I've been playing that game since the first one came out. But now
it's probably still the same one.
I feel like I continue to live my childhood with my son.
Yeah.
We have a simulator where you sit down, it's got a steering wheel, it's got a racing seat, and I have my racing helmet from autocross. I go, put that on.
But you're wearing a helmet in your house?
It's more of
it's probably just like in his underwear. Yeah, it's probably just in his underwear too. That shit.
Experience. I gotta get more screened up close, so it's like wrap around.
Like fans, so that way you're like going fast, like you feel like you're winning.
If there was only a way to feel the G forces,
right?
That would be awesome. But well, again, Gabby, I want to say thank you. Do you want to give a shout out to anybody? Just say thank you
or anything new coming up for you?
Anything new you want to announce? Something new coming up?
I mean, I always got something somewhere up my sleeve. I even surprise myself half the time. But if I were to thank anybody, it would be to thank my audience, the people that continue to support me, the brands that continue to support me. Like, I never thought in a million years that I would be here working alongside some of the best manufacturers and the best brands in the world who just resonate with my journey. And like, I would not be here if people didn't want to watch. Right. And I'm given a platform and I'm given an audience like I'm forever grateful for. And I'm happy to be here. I'm stoked to be here. And I promise I'll always stay true and genuine to myself for you guys.
Amazing.
Thank you for letting us be a small part of it.
Yes, thank you. We'll continue to follow.
For giving me a platform to chat.
Absolutely. Anytime. You're welcome.
Looking forward to watch you grow. And next time I'm in Utah, maybe we can connect. It'll be fun.
You do a podcast in a garage, in the loft.
Maybe we can do a tour of the shop and maybe if there's a cars and coffee or something, we can do a meetup.
Oh yeah, we can do a shop tour. We can do the cars and coffee. We can go to the sand dunes. We can go out into like the mountains. We can go off-roading. We can go to the track. There's tons of stuff to do out here. It's Utah, My
son was there for a few weeks during summer break, and my nephew, I asked him, I said, can you take him to some cars and coffee? Because my son and I would like to go to car shows here. We go to IMSA at Watkins Glen. It's fun. But maybe we can connect and do something.
Yes, for sure. Let me know when you guys are ever in town.
Perfect. Absolutely. Thank you, Gabby.
Stay
tuned, okay?
This is Free Range with Von Miller, the podcast where I step outside the lines and I take you with me. Each week, we're talking everything from the biggest stories around the league to the biggest stories off the field. This isn't your average sports podcast. This is game meets culture, locker room meets living room, and no topic is off limits. So if you're into good conversations that ruffle a few feathers, join me every Wednesday and follow Free Range with Von Miller everywhere you get your podcast.